Yeah. Dude, some of the music that we have this season is like, when the interviews are going on especially, that music is so funny. That music is only taught by, like, the chickens in the pen.
Oh, I was going to bring that up. When we were doing the WCS, we didn't have the players in the studio. The fuse keep kicking, the chickens in the pen. I'm like, why is this song playing?
I love it. I miss it. I miss it.
We had a lot of little inside jokes you guys couldn't see.
Yeah, and you never will.
Taze would play the guitar perfectly with his hands.
Oh, God, it was the funniest thing ever.
Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do.
Pretty funny stuff.
Good stuff. Anyways, excuse me, I got a frog in my throat today. I have a battle toad in my throat. We have Party going up against Sue.
I have a street shark in my throat.
Artos, no game today, man. No game. That's a C- right there.
C-. You remember Street Sharks?
Yeah. Street Sharks.
Pretty terrible.
Pretty terrible. You're right.
I hated episode 8. It was like so dumb, right?
Oh, of course. It wasn't like Gargoyles, man. The greatest cartoon of all time.
2014 Hassei GSL Season 1 Round 8 Party versus Sue.
Remember that Gargoyles, the cartoon?
I remember.
Might not match for all of our viewers. We're pretty old compared to most of our viewers.
Thundercats, man.
Thundercats, that's right.
Thundercats. Thunder.
Oh. Do they still do the Smurfs? Is there still Smurfs on TV?
I think so. I never liked Smurfs.
Now, here's a question. You got a little girl growing up.
Yeah.
And obviously we live in Korea.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any shows you plan on showing her? Any cartoons? Because you can get any show nowadays, right?
Yeah, like we let her watch a little bit here and there. And
have you seen Adventure Time with I believe there's a unicorn that speaks Korean?
No, I haven't seen that.
I believe it's a kids show. I have to be corrected on this. I've been out here for so long, but I believe there's a show called Adventure Time. It's like a kids show, and there's a unicorn that speaks Korean the entire time.
Huh.
This show was made for your child.
Well, I mean, she watches some Korean cartoons, like Pororo. She really likes Pororo.
Which one's Pororo?
It's the penguin.
Oh, yeah, Pororo.
Yeah.
Is that drone going to die?
No.
Dead drone. Now we have the Forge coming up here. Yeah. Now, one thing to note about this map, guys, is that yes, you can get an expansion up fairly easily, but you are defending from a weird spot. The Nexus Cannon doesn't really get to factor in to the ramp location. The ramp is far away from the Nexus, and there's a wide berth there. So there's been a lot of very effective timing attacks that Zergs have used to hit that ramp hard, force you to burn out all your force fields. Also important to note is that even when you're on 2 bases, you're defending 3 locations because that ramp is so far away. If you're on 3 bases, you're defending 4 locations. So a lot of Zergs have utilized that and really abused the Protosses early on.
It's also pretty wide open at that 3rd base, so they can get a huge amount of surface area there as well if you do choose to take that. And normally you have to take it kind of slowly, which means you're going to have less units anyways when an attack comes. So map is pretty Zerg favored, but Protosses has been doing a lot better since the map got patched up a little bit. It's definitely become a much better map than what it was when the ramp was even bigger.
Yeah.
So, here we are, Tasteless. Got to wait a little bit.
Yeah, sit
for
tight,
the
guys.
next tech.
Yeah, we need the cybernetic score to finish.
That's when we can really figure out what's going on. See, it looks all pretty normal, pretty standard.
Did you ever have a Game Boy when you were a kid?
Yes, of course.
Which one? Like the original big one?
The original big brick.
Yeah, the brick Game Boy.
Yeah.
Did you ever get like a Game Boy Color or anything?
Yeah, I got a Game Boy Color.
I didn't really get... I had some handhelds, but I never really used them that much until actually I lived in Seoul. Once you live in a city like this, suddenly handheld consoles make so much more sense because you spend so much time...
Public transportation.
Yeah, getting around, or, you get to a cafe and you're waiting to meet your friend or something.
Yeah,
bust that out. Go to the bar alone. PS Vista.
I'm getting some deep insight to Tasteless life right now. It's very sad.
I saw this guy doing that once.
Yeah. He just goes to a bar and plays on his PS Vista.
Yeah, actually, I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. There's like good music in here and stuff, and you know, nice beer. I mean, it's not the most social thing, but
no, it's
I was like, okay.
It's kind of completely weird, but that's okay if that makes him happy.
Yeah, man. That's his thing.
Yeah. Making me want to go to a bar alone tonight with my Game Boy.
It's not a bad idea, is it?
You're like,
it depends on the bar. It's got to be a good, you know,
like, so what are you doing tonight, Artosis? Oh, I'm going to the bar. It's like, oh, can I come? I'm like, no. I'm going to play my Game Boy there.
Unless you want to link up with me and we play, you know, Pokemon Battle together. Not so much.
Okay, so we have pretty normal gas times. We do have the Stargate being made right now. Hasn't been scouted quite yet. We'll see what he goes for out of that. I think it's probably just going to be Phoenixes, but could be an Oracle. We sometimes see an Oracle on this map. Not this time, though.
There's a Zergling being tortured there. It's very sad. That's probably one of Sue's, you know, Zerglings right there to the left of the starport. He's saying, what does Sue have planned today? And the Zergling's like, you're going to have to kill me.
Exactly.
Yeah, man.
All right, Phoenix is popping out. Going to be able to start cleaning up some of these overlords, but pretty good amount of intel coming out. And a Robo, so it looks like we'll probably just see a third base taken.
Now, the third base on this map, you got to be careful. It's got a big area around it, so you can get some very good surrounds. We have seen some players go into Colossus Tech and try to take the third base. Not too effective so far in this season.
Well, you know, it's kind of an older build. Anytime I see people go Phoenix into Colossus and expand, I'm like, do you lack creativity?
Well, it's happened sometimes on this map. I mean,
yeah. Well, it's one of the safer ways to actually take that third. I did love it though. Who was it? Was it SOS who made mass cannons at his third because he's like, oh, you're making more units than you should.
With Tempest?
May have.
I've casted a good amount of PBZs this season.
Yeah.
They're kind of blurred together.
Yeah. But it was like a really, really good one. That one. Quite liked it.
Okay, he is going to go into Colossus Tech here.
It's weird that there would be a Zerg research station on a map where Zerg is going to be extra powerful.
Makes perfect sense that there would be a research station.
But again, the Terrans don't really even get it, how to fight against Zerg, to be honest. If you look at the lore and stuff, I read one of the StarCraft books once, like the first one.
Oh, yeah?
Someone bought it for me, and I read it. And
who bought it for you?
I can't remember. It was a long time ago.
That's so
it's
funny.
Probably a family member. Like, you like StarCraft? Here we go.
It's so funny because it's very sweet, but it's also, they don't know Artosis is totally a multiplayer guy. Oh, nice cancel there.
Yeah, that was very nice.
This is going to put Sue in a pretty good spot. So how are the StarCraft books?
I didn't really care for it, and it was like the name on the back of the book that you read was not the name of the character inside the book. It was like really weird. But no, they like try to hold off a Zergling invasion with Goliaths, and I was like, no.
Oh yeah, don't do that. Yeah, don't do Goliaths versus Zerglings.
Anyways, we have Hydra's popping out, and he's actually getting a good amount of damage done right now with these Phoenixes, but having that third canceled is a bit annoying. When he has his Colossus out, though. Whoa.
Oh my god, is he going to get a second cancel?
Yeah,
I think he actually will.
Sure.
Whoa, good thing he at least got the cancel and not the kill.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Parting made that so quickly. I thought he would hold off just a little bit. Like, that first Colossus just walked down the ramp if he made it. And he does make it right now, too, but a little bit of a mistake there. Meantime, we do have that Spire on the way. I would imagine he's just going to try to hit, like, a very heavy Corruptor timing. And
yeah, the Corruptor timings on this map actually are very strong.
Yeah.
Just kill the Colossi, and then get your Hydras and Lings up there. Nice shot there, too.
With Parting going for a Twilight as well, a Corruptor timing type of attack could end up working out because he's being a little bit greedy on his tech. But we'll see if that's what he wants to go for. He could be going for, like, Corruptor Muta as well. That's a possibility.
Thermal Lance is finishing. Yeah, Mutas could be good as well.
Yeah, as long as you have, like, control well with the Corruptors, because 7 Phoenixes is, like, no laughing matter for Mutas. You can't just shine it up and just make a ton of Mutas against a bunch of Phoenixes. It's going to be the
Corruptor timing. This is actually Corruptors and Mutas. Okay.
Yeah. Not too surprised about that. If he was going to go do a Corruptor timing, he should have added a Roach Horn. Because generally you don't want to do it without any Roaches to help tank while your Corruptors take out the Colossus.
Yeah. Blink now coming down here. The +1 air attack is on the way as well here for Sue. Let's see how effective this strat actually is. The Hydras are doing a good job of zoning out the Phoenixes, and we have a Void Ray coming here from Parting, which is not a bad idea. They're very strong against Corruptors.
Yeah.
If you get enough of them.
That's very true, and in fact, I think a good way to play this is to grab an additional starport, because if you have some Void Rays in with your composition and then you get a good amount of Phoenixes, you can definitely battle against it toe-to-toe, but as is, there's going to be a lot of Corruptors out here. A single Void Ray, I don't know that that's going to make enough of a difference.
You got to wonder if Phoenixes should probably be back home in this moment.
Does he know? Well, now he knows.
Now he does, for sure. Hey, you know, there's no cannons here. I don't believe there's even a cannon in the main. They can do a lot of damage. Even with the Nexus cannon up, you could still gun down a good amount of workers. And we have the Corruptor cannon. Oh my god!
Here come the Phoenixes. He's got to micro these very heavily.
Look at this. He's going to keep the Phoenixes stuck on the right side here. Oh my god, he can actually just keep these cornered. Now they back up, but also the Zerg does have the opportunity to possibly come in here for an attack. He could just mow down these Colossi if he wants to. In fact, almost better for the Zerg to have to, or better for the Protoss if the Zerg's trying to attack the Phoenixes than if he just goes over there and does a kill on all those Colossi.
Yeah.
I don't know if Parting's going to pull this one off today, man, at least in this game.
He has a 4th Colossus. I'm surprised he even let that finish when he saw what composition he was against.
Yeah.
I guess this probably just turns into a base trade scenario relatively soon. Notice there's a lot of cannons being made, and he's continuing on Void Ray production. And now he is adding some more Phoenixes again, but he was actually very sloppy to lose all those Phoenixes. That's kind of unforgivable. You literally can't lose them. You have to get them back to the rest of your force, because 7 Phoenixes, it's going to take him so long to make that many again.
+1 attack is done, and the Zerg is moments away from maxing out. 5 bases, all the gas is taken. Zerg can really make a huge air army. There's not a lot that the Protoss can really do, and here we go.
He's going to be able to target down very quickly with these Corruptors going after absolutely everything in the air. He's going to kill basically the entire Air Force here.
Yeah,
he's killed all of the Void Rays. He's killed all the Colossus at this point. The Phoenixes.
Of Corruptors here. Mutas and Change. He's wiped out the air army. Now the Colossi would really keep that 3rd base safe. So now the Zerg can make a huge army ground, or he could even continue to go into Mutas. He has enough gas. He has that luxury as well.
I would say just stay on the Mutas.
Yeah.
You're never going to lose if you just keep making Muta here.
Well, he can pretty quickly here get more Mutas than the Protoss has Stalkers.
Yeah, and with all these Corruptors, you can't really go Phoenixes from here. I'm kind of surprised and disappointed that Parting made a 4th Colossus, and now he's just adding some gates and making another Colossus. It's smart for him to make one more Colossus again, because he needs a splash against Lings.
Yeah.
But after that, he should probably think about like Archons maybe, or something like that.
Getting the Fleet Beacon now.
Okay. Well,
that's interesting. What does he want to try to get? I don't know, man. I mean, the Corruptor count is so high, 13 now.
Yeah, it feels kind of hopeless what he's doing, but it's an okay option. He's got to do something here.
Okay, a lot of Lings are coming in here. The Stalkers are being warped in, but these Lings are great against the Stalkers, especially when they're cornered like this. And, of course, he has to get something to deal with all these air units. I think that should pretty much seal the deal. I mean, yes, the Nexus Cannon's up. Yes, there are some Stalkers left over. But the stream of Zerg units that can be made here with the 99 supply to 179.
Yeah.
And now Zerg maxing out almost immediately after that. This is where Protoss gets stuck. You'll see it a lot. Protoss is stuck making Stalkers.
Yeah, it is exactly that spot where it's like, well, I guess I have to make Stalkers because he has a bunch of flying units and I can't really afford anything else.
Zerg will comfortably make Lings and continue to just spend all of his gas on the Mutas, and it snowballs very quickly.
Well, what is the plan here, Parting? I mean, he's just making Stalkers. He's starting to warp in some cannons. It's not as if he's going to be able to stop any of this. Like, he's holding on for now, but I don't see any plan for a victory here.
I think we're going to see GG. We're going to have to go to game number 4. I mean, Parting's totally done. GG.
That's right.
Sue is looking primed to win this.
Yeah.
Unless Parting has a few more tricks up his sleeve. The standard Parting doesn't work. He tried a crazy cheese in the first game. It failed miserably. He tried, well, he did a beautiful timing attack in game number 2. I'd love to see something else like that again here from him. Again, our final map is Ultrazine Stronghold. Keep that in mind here, too. He has to win, what, I think the 4th map is Frost, 5th map Ultrazine Stronghold.
Yeah, you're right, yeah. And we'll see how Parting can do on Frost. He's going to probably have to play a macro game there. If Sue wants to go for Corrupt Bermuda again, it's not a terrible choice. But if Parting can win here, he might be able to win a Sky Toss battle on that last map. We'll see. Sue, he's really been improving more and more and more. Yeah, he already made a finals and all, but like every time I see him, I feel like he's a bit better than before, and that's something that's not that common.
He's
up
in
at
a
the top.
constant state of improvement.
It's really refining
I feel like as good as Sue is, he's still kind of in the shadows compared to some of these other players.
He definitely is. I would agree.
I mean, because there are so many good Zergs, and also because his name looks too much like SOS.
Yeah.
All right, so our map.
$$ and $O$.
That's right. Get it straight. The player formerly known as SOS. You're not the only one, Prince.
Guy is so good.
Okay, so Frost is our map. This is a big map. Zerg wants to be in cross spots. What does Parting have in store? It seems like Parting has to have a lot of guile and cunning coming into this.
Yeah.
Or Sue is simply put too solid.
All right, well, we will see how this goes. Parting has to win, or he is out and has another GSL that he's not going to win, which adds to the list all of them.